All right, Frank Ragnow, a dude himself, is saying, "Hey, I'm looking around the huddle and I'm seeing some dudes." So this is encouraging news. The Lions have completely shifted from a couple years ago when Matt Patricia was bringing in a bunch of average dudes. There was no juice, and he thought he was smarter than everybody else and could scheme up this greatest plan ever, greatest game plan, plays, and it just doesn't work. I heard somewhere one time it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes. And that means you can draw up the best play in the world, but if you don't have the dudes behind the play, if you don't have a Tyreek Hill, I mean, you go name like a great players that really changed the game, quarterback, wide receiver, running back, it's going to be really hard to be effective. But the Lions, now all of a sudden, Frank Ragnow saying in his press conference, I'm looking around, I'm seeing some dudes. I'm seeing Swift, Hawkinson, no weaknesses on our offensive line. All of a sudden, our wide receivers, you look at St. Brown can be great in the slot. You've got Chark, you've got Reynolds, and oh, by the way, you have drafted a guy that could be as fast as Tyreek Hill, is more physical than Tyreek Hill, bigger than Tyreek Hill, but like I said, he's just as fast as him. He could be one of the best wide receivers that we've seen in a long time, and just with his pure speed. So I've been thinking about Williams, about how he could go deep all the time, but man, he could take little bubble screens. There's so much we can do with him once he gets healthy. So Frank Ragnow said it. Also, Dan Campbell said it. Dan Campbell said, "Hey, we got some players here, but the pads aren't on yet." And we all know whether you're in high school, college, that really matters. Of course, in football, it's a big part of the game. So we'll see what happens when the pads come on. But and Frank Ragnow said it, Dan Campbell said it. We could have some dudes here. We'll see when the pads come on, and if that's really the case. Some guys, when the pads come on, go down a notch. Some rise up a little bit. And so we've heard is that the Lions are bringing in physical guys, gritty, all this stuff, right? So let's put the pads on. Like I think everybody wants the pads on, ready to go. And so we've been through rookie mini camp, OTAs, mini camp, and now we're going to finally get a little break here and then get into training camp, and we're really going to see. But Frank Ragnow's back. You got Taylor Decker healthy. You got Panay Sewell ready to go. Offensive line looks, I mean, outstanding. You've got Jared Goff, right? We don't talk about him enough, probably. He's the quarterback. We all kind of know that he is really good and really bad. But if we can get more good than bad from Jared Goff, man, offensively, it looks really nice. Defensively, then what we need to do is just be in that middle third of defenses. And I don't see why we can't be there. I mean, I think Hutchinson changes everything for us. Even in his rookie year, I still think he can change things, push the pocket, collapse the pocket. Just, I mean, if he can have a few plays per game that we didn't have last year, a couple 3-and-outs, a turnover. I mean, Kirby Joseph, that guy can make plays, right? That's a rookie safety that we took that, I mean, people aren't talking about enough. That guy can make plays. If we get a couple more turnovers, one turnover more a game, that's huge. That's that's everything that we need. So all of a sudden, Frank Ragnow saying we got a dude, we got dudes around on the offensive side. Defensively, can we just kind of hang in there, right? Like, how many times did we just let people go right down the field, especially in the Patricia era, where it's just right down the field, no physicality, no resistance whatsoever, didn't put opposing offenses in any sort of discomfort. Well, now you look at it, you're like, man, we all kind of believe in Aaron Glenn. I mean, we all just like, I see it. This guy's creative. He's trying. He had no personnel last year, and we're still able to get pressure, still able to do things. And absolutely, we got blown out a few times. Our defense was really bad, and we all feel very confident and comfortable in where we're headed this year because of Aaron Glenn, adding Aiden Hutchinson, another year with our linebackers to get improved, our second year guys on the defensive line. What if they can be pretty effective? All of a sudden, our defense goes from literally we were dead last or second to last in almost every category. Now you jump up 10 spots. Now you're 20th. Now you're 18th. And, you all of a sudden, you're in some games, your offense, you're clicking, your rhythm is there. And now that's football, right? And you're complementary football, and you're playing offense is scoring, you get a turnover. I mean, and there you go. And you can win a couple games that we just, we couldn't win. It comes down to the end, and it's yeah, we're in it, but we're really not because it's just so hard. But this is like we can actually see some football. We're going to be in the game at the end, and then you combine that with Dan Campbell's aggressiveness. We're going to go for it. I guess what I'm saying in all of this is we're really starting to see things come together, and we're really starting to hear from the vets. And that's why I bring up Frank Ragnow is here's a guy that was in the Patricia era, got to see the two or probably 3 years, and the whole time he was in the Patricia era, he got to see the no talent thing, right? Where it's like, man, where's our guys? Like, where's the guy, the dudes that can take the top off, that can take a little screen pass and give us 20 yards? Where's the offensive line that can push some people? I mean, the Patricia era was one of the worst things I've ever seen, and it's getting worse by the day because of our new regime and how well they're doing. So the Patricia era, I don't think I'll ever stop talking about it because it's one of the worst things I've ever seen. A guy that thought he was the smartest person ever, and it proved completely wrong. He was not. You got to have dudes. He wanted people that just listened and followed exactly what he said. He didn't want you to be your own self. He didn't want you to be a great player. He just wanted you just do what I say. You stand here, Jared Davis. You don't rush the quarterback, and you also don't go back. You just stand in no man's land, and that's what you're going to do. Stuff like that where it's like unbelievable. So all of a sudden you've got Frank Ragnow who saw that, lived that. Tracy Walker saw that, lived that. They love it. I think it was Josh Reynolds that said this culture is addicting, where you're just like, I love it. I love it here. I love that we're competing. I love that coaches treat us well. Like they're the players. They're the players out on the field. They should be treated well. It's not about the coaches. It's about the coaches putting them in the right position. So what I'm saying in this is that you've got Frank Ragnow, who saw the Patricia era. Now he's here. He just looks good, sounds good. He's healthy. He's ready to go. He's saying we have the dudes that we've not had in a long time. I mean, it wasn't, it was the Golden Tate, Glover Quinn kind of, I don't know if that was 13, 14, when we had Darius Slay, Quandre Diggs even. I mean, those are some of just players, right? That Patricia, it's like, nah, get out of here. I don't want any sort of player. I don't want you. I don't want you acting yourself. I want robots in here that will do what I say. It's like, that's not how you win. Obviously, we didn't win in the last 3-4 years. You need dudes, and we have the dudes on the offensive side. And now if that defensive side can hold up, we can be right there because again, I think the ultimate thing is you look at our schedule. It's like, well, I mean, aside from like 4 games, a couple with the Packers and the Buffalo Bills, I don't know. Can we beat the Bears a couple times? I think so. Can we split with the Vikings? I don't see why not. All of a sudden you're kind of hanging in there in the division. The next thing you know, you pull off a win here, a win there. I mean, our schedule is nothing like it was last year. If you remember last year, we went 49ers to start, then Packers, then Ravens. I mean, it was just one after another where it's like, I don't really have a chance. This one, we've got a chance to get some momentum going. We've got guys that can make plays. All of a sudden you're, I don't know, 5-4, and here comes Jameson Williams is now entering, or whenever he comes back. You just kind of see like, man, I know we're all excited about the trajectory of where the rebuild is, but what about next year? We've got the dudes. Ragnow's seeing it. We'll wait till the pads come on. We're excited about that. So let me know in the comments. I mean, it just looks good. It just is looking good. I'm looking for areas to kind of get negative or be concerned. I mean, of course, we're a little concerned about the defense, but man, everything's looking like we're just in the right path. And this year, we could be right there. I think we're all looking at year 3, year 4 type of thing, or, on the rebuild, you just kind of think by the time we get it really going, but why not now with this schedule that we have? I don't see why we can't hang in there, do something this year. So let me know in the comments your thoughts. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Just means you get our latest videos when they come out, and we will see all of you on the next one.